Aaron's over there, or Adwoods, or whatever the hell they call it, is playing music that might get copyrighted. I'm not sure what the song is. We made it to Scarcey, Arkansas, I think it's called. I don't know. Want to make a quick video. What I realized the other night, you delete the number, you delete the actual name, blah 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 blah, and you just leave the independent living of whatever the hell you want to do. I would not put a town name or nothing. I just put independent living in bigger letters, or assisted living in bigger letters, with the cute old people face and a couple more cute old people faces over there. Probably is the way I'd do it for stealth camping, if I were to keep this as a home to live in or something. And then you have that graphic on the back. Of course, you would get rid of the numbers and all that crap underneath there and just do some generic assisted living or whatever on the top. That way you're still complying. You're not hiding as DOT type of commercial stuff or nothing. If you don't have any DOT numbers or nothing like that on your own personal van, you can do that. But this would make the perfect vehicle to live in. I'd get rid of that altogether up there and then put assisted living down here where all that crap is and get rid of that. And just keep it generic with old people's faces and more old people's faces over that graphic of that window. Kind of make two graphics or something like that. For a graphic all the way around your van, if you were to go to live in it. And of course, I would keep this. This for security wise isn't very good. Two little glass windows, anybody could break them, could pry them open, whatever. But I would replace or add on with a metal partition there, complete metal partition here, and some kind of a door. I gotta zoom out a little. Oops, let's zoom in, zoom out. Some kind of a sliding metal door that goes this way into the corner out of my way when I don't need it, but then when I entrance would be kind of zigzag to fit with the alignment of everything. I'd keep everything the way it is. I may maybe put this bar back a little and make that more straight, and then that would allow for the driver's seat to be a little more room, because right now it's kind of straight up and down. And obviously I'd remove those things and put them someplace else, the medical kit and the flares, emergency triangle flares, and then you have your fire extinguisher down there. The three things that, well, two of the three things that commercial vehicles, regular commercial vehicles have to have, and then the medical kit, the passenger commercial vehicles have to have. Anyway, if I was living in it, obviously get rid of these seats, on all these seats. I would put a couch, like basically a futon, couch bed on this side, black that out with basically cardboard shaped like the windows, and then you cover the cardboard up in black outdoor trash bag for $10 for a whole entire big ass roll. And then of course go get the thick cardboard from a furniture store for free with cardboard and tape all that up, and then on the outside all you see is black behind the vinyl imprinting of the old people. I would have the futon type of thing there, as big of a screen TV as possible on that side, and that's pretty much all I would have. Personally, maybe a small dresser that runs along underneath the TV, or just plastic tubs or something that you put clothes in. I'd probably put a dresser in it so it's all one piece, built into that wall and built into the floor so it don't go nowhere. But like a small coffee table style deal that runs underneath the TV. TV would be mounted against the wall. You know, you'd have to put plywood on top of covering the windows up, and then put a big old screen TV in there, and then put a little bit like an entertainment center kind of that would have my clothes and whatever if you wanted to do a gaming system, yada yada. I'm gonna take my shoes off a second because I gotta keep this. Ooh, I about fell off the thing. I gotta keep this place cleaner because I gotta make sure to clean it, and they got 2 hours to inspect it and everything when I deliver it. But I just wanted to go over kind of what I would do to live in it myself. Just be easy, take the seats out, cover the windows up, and do that. That's the first plan. But plan B, if you wanted to go ultra stealthy, and obviously both plans include tearing all this out, but plan B for me, I would take what you see right there, your AC unit. I would cut that bar off right there. I would take everything you see right there and put it back further this way. I wouldn't take the end of the bus. I would just copy it, what you see there. You take your AC unit off and put it 4 feet forward. And then, of course, you copy the door and copy that all in here. So that from the eye, and it's hard to see out front, I'll show you in a minute. But it's kind of hard to see out front, but you could trick the eye into thinking that's the end of the bus if you put what is potentially a fake partition wall here that is that. And you could block that off or whatever, or create light there if you want to, or whatever. But I would make what is essentially a door and the walls look like the end of the bus. You just go to the junkyard or something, or a fabricating shop, and have them fabricate 2 pieces like this. The factory that this comes from even would have extra parts like that. You buy the set as if the rear end got ran into or something. You buy that, it might be somewhat expensive, but you buy that and install it here, cut it to shape and fit behind this seat right here. Keep everything original all the way up front. So no partition there, nothing on plan B. Plan B would literally be the exact same bus all the way to the back to these seats, and then you'd have the wall here. And that gives you a probably 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 foot by, I slipped that way, so I know it's at least 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot wide. So probably a 5 by 8 worth of a living space, which is more than plenty of room to mount a TV and a couch the other way. You could put, or 2 small TVs or something like that around that partition. But I'd definitely move that AC unit upwards another 4 feet, or 5 feet, so that it's part of, because it also makes, and the seat belt here, I'd install along the fake wall over here because it makes it look more authentic with their signage and all that. I'd put all that on the fake wall, and then that way you would have this living space. I don't know, you can kind of hard to tell, but you'd have from there to live in, which is more than plenty for someone who wants to go ultra stealth. Then you can use this old folks wagon, pretty much park anywhere you want. Assisted living, nursing homes, hospitals. During the daytime you can park at the park and it fits right in, like old people went to the park. There may or may not be old people at the park, but I'm just saying, the vehicle itself fits right in. This would be the perfect stealth camping vehicle. Either way, either option you want to go with. Plan A would be move this partition back probably, and this would be slightly crooked here, this wall, so the door would open that way. And then these 2 partitions would be sealed up with that moved back a little further, so that you can move the driver's seat back a little further for comfort. And when you're done during the day, you can slide it back further than you need to drive. That way you can get up and out of there easier, because right now you can get up and out of there, but it's kind of a pain. So I would adjust that partition back a little bit, but not as far back as this. That way you could still have kind of an angled door. That way when a door opens, it comes this way on a sliding thing. That would be plan A. Have the partition up here. Like I say, have the futon, have your big screen TV and a little bit of stuff there, and you'd use the space, the entire space. And back there you can have a shower or whatever you want to have back there, a bathroom. People do showers, bathrooms, all sorts of stuff back then. That extra space is way more space than I would need. Like I say, if you wanted to go ultra stealth, go plan B, leave everything original up to this point, and then install a fake partition wall that looks exactly like that. And it will trick the eyes and from the front, and I'll show you that in a second. I should have done that first, because now I have to try and go out here without my shoes on, because my shoes are a pain in the butt to get on and off. I don't know how long I'm going to keep those shoes. I like those shoes, but I don't like wearing them. It's the strangest thing. But anyway, hopefully I don't get too much from the store over there. Owie, owie, owie. Pine cones, mud and everything. I did not think this through. But anyway, there you go. And you wouldn't be able to tell that 4 feet forward, especially if you blacked that hole out. You'd have that window looking thing that's blacked out or something. You wouldn't be able to tell how far that is backwards, if it's 4 feet further back or not, or whatever. And obviously with the vinyl writing on the sides like this, you can't see it in anyway. And then this is my eye view right here anyway, so there's not much I could see with or without the window open. I mean, you can kind of see in there, but like I say, I'd have the wrapping come back up, and then this would be blacked out windows, so you can't see through it like a limousine, like a party bus. But that would be the way I would do it if you wanted to live in it. I'll wipe my shoes up, my socks off a second so I don't get this a little dirty. But that's the video for now. I have a fun video for later, but I have to wait till dark to make that video, but I think it'll be funny. So anyway, I just wanted to point those out. Plan A and plan B for living in something like this. If you can afford to buy one of these, this is definitely the way I'd do it. Put some old people faces on the sides, and then just from driving today in the traffic alone, I realized this thing's, I mean, people give you the right of way everywhere you go. they stop on you. I had to stop and take a leak on the side of the road, and a couple different truck drivers stopped to see if there's a bus full of old people that needed help and stuff like that. So it's the furthest from creepy and the type of van that would get you called in continuously, you know. If you parked in front of, you know, I wouldn't suggest parking in front of people's houses or anything, but if you had to or whatever, this thing wouldn't look too out of place anywhere because of the old people. Everybody likes friendly old people looking faces. Anyhow, that's the ride. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in a flip. Peace.